storms in general are moving from the north in town, and they will continue to push southward. So on our radar, Med Center, downtown, Memorial Park, that's lit up in red. That also extends now to the southernmost portion of the Beltway. Wanted to show you here from Tomball Stagecoach, Cypress, where Reuben Tomball is. Reuben is in Cypress. Tomball this morning, though, getting a little bit of a break, and similar there for the Woodlands. Along 45, the North Freeway, you've already had the heaviest rain. In fact, radar estimates up to about 3.5 inches of rain just over a very short period of time that fell over about an hour ago. Now, again, the strongest storms you can see lit up in red, pretty much clear across I-10 and now starting to push southward. So the big picture here, those strong cells that we were tracking north of town are continuing to move south. Areas that haven't seen rain yet, I'm talking on 288, the Gulf Freeway. Now take a look, you're starting to become impacted. We only have 2 aerial flood advisories that are in effect. No watches or warnings to tell you about, and we have not had any watches or warnings this morning. But near the big airport, we're going to continue to monitor that. They were at a ground stop. So if you are traveling outbound, or if you know somebody traveling inbound today, make sure you check in with the airline, make sure everything is okay. After about 11 o'clock this morning, there should not be an issue at either airport. Missouri City, Sugarland, you're starting to get a little bit of break. You can see in the yellow, but take a look near Mission Bend, Pecan Grove, lit up with all of this lightning. Lightning has been a factor, even producing some house fires, especially on the north side. We've got crews there. So again, all across the city, southwest side, Alameda, Sunnyside, it is just coming down. Again, the red, the purple, that's where it's blinding rain. If you can, along portions of the southwest side, give yourself about 30-45 minutes, and then these storms will continue to move southward. However, if you're waking up in portions of southern Brazoria or Matagorda County and you're expected to go somewhere, I would already get a jump start. Prepare on driving extremely slow. If you encounter any high water spots, you know the drill. Turn around, don't drown. You cannot chance it on days like this. With rainfall rates between about 1 to 2 inches per hour, water is really quick to rise, and that's what creates those quick localized flooding. Now, I'm not expecting this to be a city thing. No major roadways, but isolated neighborhoods, and we're talking about localized flooding, is an issue this morning. Now, temperatures where we've seen the rain are continuing to drop to the 60s. Where we haven't seen rain, hello, Angleton, Wharton, you're in the 80s. So a very big difference even with our temperatures. This live shot is from the Galleria. Now, our live shot in Sugarland is actually improving. We checked in about just 15 minutes ago, and it was pouring. So they're starting to get a break. We have seen some extremely gusty winds as well. So this morning, the key factors were the rainfall rates and the strong winds. That's enough to knock some power out. We have thousands of people without power right now. If that becomes an issue with you, you can always go to our app and you can check in with the radar. We stream this live and we'll continue to update you there as well. Now, once the rain moves out by 10-11 a.m. this morning, rain chances drop to about a 30 to a 40% chance the rest of the day, and I'm talking just a few showers. Tomorrow, an isolated afternoon thunderstorm, and then by Wednesday and Thursday, rain is out. Some Saharan dust will kick back in. Those hazy skies will return, but really the worst of its stuff is for our morning hours.